Hi, good afternoon, everyone. We are here with Dr. Saul Hinojosa, the superintendent from Somerset ISD. Thank you, Dr. Hinojosa, for being with us today as we begin to continue our community pláticas. And we're talking to leaders such as yourself because as we've been moving forward, we know that the educational challenges of our community have been stifled, if you will, or have been challenged with the COVID-19 that's been going across not only our city, but the state and the country. And so Dr. Hinojosa, I'd ask, what are some of the challenges that Somerset ISD has been facing as we've been moving to this remote teaching and learning environment?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for the invite. It's always a pleasure, having these types of conversations. But just like many of the other districts in the surrounding area, connectivity has been quite a challenge. Because of our location, Somerset ISD encompasses two counties, which is Southern Bexar County and Northern Atascosa County. There are some areas where Wi-Fi, of course, is a challenge. We've tried to overcome some of those obstacles by purchasing hotspots for our children or students, but there are some areas still that even with a hotspot that students are not able to connect, and as a result they have to do many of the paper pencil type of activities that our teachers have planned for them. The other challenge is just trying to find some of our students. We've had, there's not very many, but there is a small percentage of students who we've yet to make contact. Some of them might have gone to live with another family member. Some of them might have left the country. We're still searching. We've done home visits, made phone calls, done tremendous amounts of outreach in order to locate them, but there's a select few students who we haven't found, and we know that's going to create a challenge when we do come back due to the regression, when we're talking about the learning curve of these particular students. But the biggest challenge as we plan to come back is our budget. Due to the unknowns, there's already talk amongst the state where there possibility of cuts that are going to be coming our way. So we've already started to prepare for those cuts, not offering any type of raises for employees and so forth. So that's going to be something that we're going to keep a close eye on.
Well, Dr. Hinojosa, that's where it gets real, right? So, I mean, a couple of things. One is we're wanting to keep everybody safe and healthy, and we're trying to figure out all of these new things for us, like social distancing, wearing masks so that we're helping to flatten the curve, and hopefully someday we will see a vaccine or a cure in our near future so that we can get to some sense of normalcy. But I will tell you that we know that Somerset is doing an amazing job to help our community and educate the South Side community. Budgets, it is an unknown. Budgets are an unknown in terms of what kind of cuts are coming. The return for our students is an unknown, or a second wave is an unknown. And so as leaders, I know that it's very challenging because there's so many moving parts and we just don't know, particularly because we've never done this before. This is kind of really new for all of us, and that has become one of the biggest challenges. But what I do know is that the work that you all are doing and the efforts that you all are taking are really moving us in the right direction in our partnership and strengthening our partnership as we educate the South moving forward. I know that we're going to continue to do amazing things. You have a great ZECLA program, early college, high school, where you're providing students with college opportunities while they're still in high school. And I know that many of your students graduated actually with their associate's degree as they were graduating from high school. So tremendous, tremendous work with Somerset ISD. So as we're kind of moving forward, Dr. Hinojosa, how would you say that are some of the things that we can do as a community or as partners to help Somerset ISD continue to do the amazing things that you're doing and helping you all project moving forward during this COVID-19 era.
Well, we have a bunch of people who have really stepped up in our community, you know, whether the colleges like Palo Alto or churches, business partners. There's been so many people who have gone out and lend a helping hand. You know, from the onset, you know, when it was announced that we had school closures, we had our cafeteria workers and bus drivers who knew that many of our kids were not receiving meals, you know. So they all stepped up and they said, hey, we want to make sure that we get food out to the community. So our bus drivers actually started delivering food to all of our students to meet those social emotional needs. So that is being done throughout the year. You know, we've probably served over a couple 100,000 meals to our children. Also, our board, you know, knew that connectivity was an issue. At the last board meeting, we purchased 1,000 devices for our kids. So we want to make sure that we have those devices in their hands. And now we're going to be one-on-one at the high school. So we're planning that. We've had blood drives, food drives, you know, businesses wanting to donate scholarship for our kids to make sure they have that seed money as they attend college. So we've had so many organizations who have really been champions for our kids, but most of our teachers, you know, they in such a short time frame, they put a plan in place, and they wanted to make sure that kids get that quality instruction, you know, as best as possible. So many of our teachers come in daily to plan. When kids do pick up work, there's teachers who form lines to honk for kids, to cheer them on, to tell them how much they miss them. So we're really excited about the community support that we have.
You know, Dr. Hinojosa, you hit on many of the areas, and I like to say in education, we're one big family. At Palo Alto, we're a familia, but when in education, it's one big family, and there's a lot of corazon, a lot of heart with folks such as yourself and your teachers and educators, and you talked about that. And sometimes we forget about the basic needs such as food. And so when you have children that haven't eaten or that are needing some additional nutrition, if you will, that's something that's important to all of us, and we want to help support in any way that we possibly can. I'll tell you that at Palo Alto, we're going to continue moving forward to give your students dual credit in early college, high school. Alamo colleges wide, we've done what's called a Keep Learning program, where the entire Alamo colleges move forward to literally make a $10 million investment in our students, where we've forgiven $500 balances for students that were enrolled in the spring semester. We're giving students an opportunity, if they're enrolled part-time, to take 6 hours during the summer at no cost to them and their family. If they're enrolled full-time, that they can take 9 hours of no cost of tuition and fees for their families as well. And we've done many, many other things. And we're trying real hard to meet the needs of your students that are with us now, because your students are our students and our students are your students, but also for your graduating 2020. One of the things that we talk about is that we know that across our community in the South in particular, our students that are graduating in 2020 have lost their proms. They've lost the opportunity to graduate in the traditional way, as well as if they're athletes, that if they were in softball or baseball or in basketball, that not knowing that once they hit that that end of the semester, or once they hit that last game in March, that they kind of figured that, oh my gosh, this is the last game that I'm ever going to play at the high school level. So we've always said that Palo Alto College is a beacon of hope, and we're going to continue to provide students with hope. So when your students graduate and hopefully come to us during Alamo Promise, that we'll have an opportunity to continue to help them and serve them the best way that we can. But we're very thankful for you to join us today, Dr. Hinojosa. We appreciate all the work and dedication that you and the Somerset ISD community continue to provide for our families and our community. Very thankful for that, and appreciative that of our partnership, so that we continue to work together to educate the Southside community. So thank you for joining us today. Very much appreciate you and your team.
Thank you. We look forward to our continued partnership.